gonna come over with something that's real crazy, man. Ask me that 40, man. It's real deep, son. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hurry up with that Dutch, son.
You wanna smoke something? You wanna smoke something?
Yo, hurry up.
Let's do this.
I've been flowing since the age of 7, like it's an old possession. Watching my pops blast Otis Redding. I hear him talking about Armageddon, on earth as it is in heaven. I've been a weapon since I turned 11. At 15, knocked for drug possessions. Seen the older guards quoting lessons. And for protection, wore bulletproof vests for they coke investments. At 16, seen the worst things. At 17, had my first king. Then Shanine birthed my first seed. The earth bleed when I proceed. The hearse leaves with my OGs. They die quicker than them dope fiends. The more money come, the more schemes. So it's diligence and long sleeves. Paranoia from the strong weed. Hash rolled in banana leaves. I stampede through insanity. A man bleed for his family. A boy died for his fantasy. Black Capone with them Ninas of chrome. You a semen a clone. I make them sing like it's Nina Simone. Was conceiving a poem in the stomach for the king of the throne. And his name, Sharon Smith. 1976, I was sent. Got a lot of white collars and them scholars convinced. It's top dollar when I spit. If you follow the prince, it's Spielberg when I film words out of suspense. I'm heaven sent. Heaven sent, heaven sent. You know, sometimes you just gotta vibe with the rhythm. Let your wisdom marinate with it. Like this. They say I'm deep, I'm a specialist. Most definite. I had your head spinning around like the exorcist. I battle presidents and leave them in a deficit. For all the peasants that was treated as a predicate. I'm what's relevant, 7-6, heaven sent. I could hear the Lord's crying souls, see flying rolls, eternal love of an iron rose. True kings wear a lion's robe, interpret Hebrew on papyrus scrolls. It's like the words start glittering, can you picture it? It sound innocent, damn, but so militant. The vibe of the beat and the rhyme should be intimate. I stroll down memory lane, the mini Rippleton. You too limited based upon your ignorance. Son, unlimited minds is more infinite. You gotta sit back and vision it. When opportunity knocks, my community is picking the locks. Dred Scott with a millennium bop. We ain't feeling the cops. Get off the strip, son, you building a knot. They got satellite, Google Earth filming the spot. I use my pen to publish the gospel of Mark 13 and 10. Before the world end, to the grown minds of young men. I'm like Daniel in the lion's den. Hell and heaven is just my environment. The body is weak, but the spirit is strong. The truth is deep, but you can't hear it too long. The body is weak, but the spirit is strong. The truth is deep, but you can't hear it too long. Heaven sent. Heaven sent. Heaven sent. Now you understand the definition. What up, YouTubers? You know what I'm saying? Everybody worldwide go by the name of Hellraiser. Y'all may remember me from the Sons of Man and shit like that. Black Market Militia, Maccabees. Razah, Heaven Razah album coming soon, you know what I'm saying? Razor Ruby's in the building, that's how we do it, man. We mixing this shit down, it's about to be retarded, son. You know, I did the A&R, and so you can look back on the Sons of Man first album, The Last Shall Be First on the A&R. I did a lot of A&R on that album, and I just put a lot of those aspects into place right now as far as with the rest of the shit. So I did a lot of projects that came out that you may have heard, that you supported, as far as like, you know what I'm saying, Razah's Ladder, Renaissance Child, fucking Welcome to Red Hook Houses, all that shit y'all heard, Ultrasounds, you know what I'm saying? So now, we gonna open up a new gate, it's a new level, and I wanna shout out everybody that been supporting it and buying everything from Sons of Man albums all the way up to what we doing today, you know what I'm saying? And I'm out of here, I'm about to show y'all some new shit.
For the black market, I represent for Maccabee. And this is straight up, I really know Maccabee, that's my, you know, this my group, son. So Razah, Renaissance Child. So let's go from niggas right straight, right up into Maccabee's out.
When I spit, shells fly from out of my mouth. Up north, down south, yeah, I'm never without extra heat on some black burner, semi-assault. Buccaneer, yeah, I'm Buccaneer for holes in your pork. Nigga, you ain't busting nothing, that's a studio edit. Who doing the shooting, your engineer get all the credit. So why you busting shots in a 4-hour session? BB, aiming at cops in the name of oppression. Mac 1 to the second power, clap walk king. I can hit anything up close or far away. Spray lead at the governor's head, cause he don't wanna break bread with the slaves that never been fed. And I'm fed, yeah.
Beats, M's up.
Yeah.
I write a verse in my enemy's blood. Now they sending me love, bottles above when I'm up in the club. Put his body on that stretcher. The kidnappers invest, they think he hood, but nobody respects you. I'm like X on a pilgrimage back to Mecca. In the Audubon ballroom, dropping a lecture. You either ride for the cause or be cause. Life got more ups and downs than seesaws. Many a call, if you was chose to them doors is closed. Some say I look like a sphinx before he lost his nose. So be careful what you think, it might cost your soul. I write an octopus ink all across the globe. A young poet, gun loaded, I'm born with a motive aimed at stockbrokers who robbed our dead soldiers, who told them lies, they rise to shareholders. My mind be a high explosive, a short fuse, about to burn up America's food. They drop jewels like Joseph told Pharaoh about the famine of food. Y'all know y'all fucked up, right?
Some walk a coma like John Maccabee and his sons. King David's son, Apple Samurai, Shogun, the strong assassin. Woo killer bees, bringing the war drum. Black props deep down in the slums. Coming with the swarm of killers. All you hear is the silence, the hums. Bees killing, Wap Chow Bang Giants where I'm from. It's like taking a shot of rum, giving you straight. Guardians of the highest realm, angelical Maccabees, warriors at the gate. Blown in the trumpet and harpoon. Maccabee riders in the name of Heru, rising at high noon. Leaving devils leaking for warriors' blood. Filling the streets like Noah's flood. You swine niggas with hoops and true on the cud. We'll bring and load this diamond Maccabee gems out the Nile River mud.
Favorite thing that I've written has to be about this favorite old lady of mine.
Grandma 77, she told me hell we headed, so she have conversations with heaven. Granddaddy still love his caddy, and how the young girls keep him happy. Even though he married, he nasty, but he fight to keep the family tight. Make sure the mortgage is paid, his food, clothes, phones, and lights. Up north, he got a daughter that's alone at night. She fell in love with the modern day New York City life. 41, working 2 jobs for money to come. Got a daughter 16 and a son 21. She try to school him how the streets love to swallow the
young. She tried to keep him out of beef, but he followed the gun. He got 2 felonies and a baby that's 1. And ain't nobody gunshots, ain't making him run. On the low, his man hitting his sister. Meanwhile, she got a cat, that's alright, cause Al sending them pictures. Tattoos on her back, and she hang with strippers. Getting paid young age on the stage with liquor. Got a crush for them Escalades and laid with killers. That's why grandma praying that the Lord forgive us. Come on.
Planet Asia, Hellraiser, Tempo King, flashbacks, yeah. It's like a breath of fresh air, yeah. And 9-6 when the shop had Sean and Richie, original rude boys, and they all from the 50s. Tall man kept a gun in his hand before shot us. King's Highway in front of the ice cream parlor with a black at. Pat had times to sell. The same time Shamel and Justice went to jail. Link with Sparks, but the streets wasn't filling the tracks. Always knew I was nice, but the price of fame reminded me of a dice game. Yeah, Pac came to children, film above the rim. I had Brooklyn wondering what up with Tempo. Nigga Thorough and his man Jared bust them hammers to the judge, put him in a slammer 1-3. I'm like, dog, it's just you and me. That's when I met Recollect, yeah. We was both in the spot. We was tripping off our eyes, cause one of them cocked. To make a long story longer, yeah, Royal fam. Never ran, never will. Why Kim Brownsville? 1.5 capital deal. Shit was real. Now we back to square one. I fear none. I walk through the valley of labels with big guns. Flashbacks.
7-letter head, thoroughbred, keeping you fed. This is good food, pushing all the truth to the edge. Moving for self. I can never lose, right or wrong. With dues paid, my jewels came in 12. The bar mitzvah spits to make an Isra to hell. The turban head niggas got clientele with fish scale. Soaking this part, mini game with the word, but got ignored. Was taught the messenger died of a broken heart. Falling off, I can't fade out with ya. I control minds with rhymes like Adolf Hitler. Every day this rap shit is like a played out picture. I got 2 sides and fuck holes to save our sisters. Listen, this ain't a mission, this is the path. From the west to the east, I got my shit to the mass. You get bagged on for shoulders if your music is trash. I reminisce when how we used to get down in the past.
I say fuck it, let's print money with Malcolm face on it. They try to raise the project rent into a mortgage. Grade all the labels who books that ain't ordered, and give it to the children that's left to build the fortress. We only put guns in their hands and drive Porsches. We build like pyramid bricks and blacksmiths. Revenge of a harem of Biff on Sack Fifth, with dead souls blowing the drip for casket lift. A young kid seen it at 6 with crack flips, to murders in the back of the whips with Mac clips. More trucks, bodies and zips inside the Coliseum. They try to turn the hood to mausoleums. Rest in peace on the hallway wall. They wanna dance with the devil on his Broadway floors. The more they war, my words become jasper stones. Emeralds and topaz. Heard my old dad banging that slow jazz. Now I'm like a dope fiend poking a notepad. Up. Crucify him. Crucify him. Crucify him. Wings up. Sons of man must suffer. Sons of man must suffer, crucified, nailed to the cross after the last supper. Sons of man must suffer. Sons of man must suffer. They try to crucify me, 2 thieves suffer beside me. This is bullpen prophecy, a spiritual robbery. Wise thou has forsaken me, they hating my life, cause I sat through patiently for vengeance of Christ. Told the judge faithfully, I ain't waiving my rights. Judas snitched for a price, Peter denied me twice. Now it's riots in the courtroom based on Israelites that are waiting for this case in the race. The freedom fight, if it's stigmata, I wanna see them dig and pierce harder. Father forgive them after Golgotha, they wanna go Hoffa. Roman officers and point revolvers, so if I die, let me go a martyr. My second coming, I return smarter. Post bell when I called out the Gabriel. Left hell in the chariot, took off the nails. Came off the cross and told my enemies farewell. It's El Raziel. Crucify him.
And the Torah is there to teach. First and foremost, to teach us what to do and what not to do. The Torah itself, at a later point, the book of Deuteronomy says, where the Torah is a wisdom and an understanding in the eyes of all the nations. Or as the statement in Pirkei Avot, Ethics of Our Fathers says, Hafochba v'hafochba dekulaba. Turn it over, because everything is in it. Whereas the famous story of the, I believe it was the Rebbe Rashab, the 5th Chabad Rebbe.
Yeah. In the zone. Let's do it. Dead poets give me the motive. If they don't promote it, stay devoted, stay focused till it's plagues and locusts. Cause you can't buy your soul back from Lucifer's office. Tell Bush we about to make the hood shoot at his office. His tradition is skull and bones, sleeping in coffins. Like old God, they wanna see me on crosses. German post, okay, and abortions. I slow it down, should I break it in portions? You heard right, I ain't speaking in Martian. I'm hood, but I'm conscious to things that's nonsense. I do this for the slaves and the brains they washing. I train with the marksmen who slept on the park bench, who hunt men coming out their apartments. Cause too much money got you thinking you Clark Kent. Get treated like you dark skinned soon as it's all spent. Got patriotic hoes in America's yard pimps.
This for the fallen soldiers, soldiers of war. Offshore, the motto is use your claws to climb out of the core, like Navy SEALs. Blood on the battlefield, the sorrow fades, but the heart never really heals. Lost love is what the memories reveal. Memorabilia, plastic on the insides of your automobiles. Lighting candles at the memorials, that's editorial. Those grounds become sacred and territorial for conversation as well as a peace of mind, to bring order in a manner that's divine. Sachs one, Solomon Childs, the true and living, as well as spokesman for mankind. Professor with knowledge of self, teaching the deaf, dumb and blind.
Os fuisteis demasiado pronto. Os visito en recuerdos mientras me fumo otro. Con la mirada perdida, desenfoco. Cada amigo ido guardo en mi coco. Memorias de familiares que con prudencia toco. Heridas en el alma con el corazón roto. Honrando a los míos caídos sin alboroto. Solomon Childs y yo dándolo todo por el hip hop. Tú estate al loro, sigue firme, no te me vuelvas loco. Una lágrima cae con el peso de plomo. Sigo con la pluma, el desahogo. Seguiré luchando codo con codo. Por mí, por vosotros, por un mañana mejor que lo veamos nosotros. No more pain, too much sorrow. No more lies for tomorrow, only good vibes. What we go on, drama always knocking our doors as the past goes. Rest in peace to all the fallen souls. We love y'all, we miss y'all.
Let me represent for my dead ones. Let me represent for my dead ones. Dead ones.
We love y'all, we miss y'all.
By the time.
We love y'all, we miss y'all.
Royal alignment.
Of men who will stand for God today. The world is in need of men who will stand for God today.
man who stands for God is one of a kind. I don't know them all, but let me tell you about mine. Before we ever had a date, the credit co-signed, because the first time we spoke, I knew you were mine. First thing you said when I picked up the phone is that you're flesh of my flesh and bone of my bone. Let Judah tell her, he'll say you bagged me with the Bible, and your first friend I met was the Archangel Michael. Folks got mad and tried to bash me on the net. Thank God by Christ, my heart is kept. They spoke of me falsely and told nothing but lies. All because love exposed their pride. You love me in truth and know all of my sin, and for your love I do it again. Where God is joined together, no man could ever sever. To El Raziel, I spit this love letter.
Of men who will stand for God today. The world is in need of men who will stand for God today.
Till my heart rocks, locked in cell blocks, never shell shocked. Melt the ox in your face and placed in the penalty box. My enemy's heart pumps poisonous blood. Your choice the slugs, you do dirt in the rain, and your name is mud. Made to love the thugs in the back of the club, strapped for what? To avoid getting stuck and blazed up, laced up from the waist up, embraced by the mutts in the cut. Bullets sizzle up, leave you fist fuck, intense cuts from leather and Yui. Verbal gymnast, vocal, physical fitness over tracks, leave statistics. Drifting to the realm with chrome shines like sunlight. Half of my life is fight, the other half is a gunfight. Uptight Jake harassing for college satisfaction. 101 question accident back of the paddy wagon.
Sadly, tragedy happened, lost in captivity. Imagine me happily clapping big barrels, heavy ammo. Man the mammal, packed in commando, rapidly practice soprano. Crack my fingers on pianos. I torture you with orchestra tackle. On your back the jackal, no time to react. Combat, flying shrapnel, kamikaze degrees. Chariots of fire, live wire, done rocket till your knees drop. Over treetop, colossal current enforcing. Out of bridge crossing, 1 foot first is to be birthed a crime, arson. Caution, furnace flying. Deserters try to blackball us over the face of the earth's surface. The heathens heating up, demon from the east wing. Hitman's bullet, leave you barely breathing and barely seeing. A critical phase, biblical plague in the maze. Middle of the box, smothered in cops. Skyhooker space jam, slam in the blizzard of rock. A space invader, laced with lasers and widowmaker weapons. Magnificent 7 is cannibal mouth. Gangster spectrum from an animal house. Film at 11.
The shell shocks, we burn hotter than a melting pot. The skeleton drop as the shells start to pop. We dwell on blocks when you can't tell by the cops. Blow fire from your tops, you're expired by the shots. Hot wire by the watts, exterminator, terminator. War displayed by the widowmakers. The shell shots, we burn hotter than a melting pot. The skeleton drop as the shells start to pop. We dwell on blocks when you can't tell by the cops. Blow fire from your tops, you're expired by the shots. Hot wire by the watts, exterminator, terminator. War displayed by the widowmakers.
On his wrist, sort of spiral, glass hand. Last man to eat tracks like you. Straight up hit up a white dude. Jean jacket, Australian gats, Mediterranean raps. Play the back with the joint on his neck. Who feeling this? Thugs love this. We way above sea level, love. Check out the gloves, stay bloodied up. Plug this. Verbal hygiene, the golden arm. Plus niggas stay warm. We out in Mexico and planting the swarm. All niggas snatch money, watch the sweater. Criticize my feet out. Sneakers cause cheddar with the heat out. We brolic, extra large, dynamic. Crack your ceramic and ab. Go against the grain, we feeding you mad. What up? Niggas call it high tech. Big shank, Frank, straight out the kitchenette. Jumps in the sink. Before I go, analyze all money go. Yeah, you seen them, a 600, rockin' bummy clothes.
Bloody red hook, money and crooks. Get out my face with them funny looks. Y'all better off studying books. Let the weed burn, they brain dead, I'ma feed them the worms. Y'all be acting up and showing off and needed to learn. You know the sun shine as the earth turn. Nowadays it's the ghetto germ, knocking off whoever concerned. I dip your brain in the blood of fire. Prophesize like Jeremiah. Turn a crowd to a choir. Hot wire spaceships. Fat niggas who I ate with. I'll be apocalypse. Tales of the crypt. Raise the dead out the realm of the 6. Overwhelmed by the smell of a clip. Gun smoke, shots hit. We surrounded by hella politics. Bulletproof for hollow tips. I'm the silencer on the loudest click, the widow maker. Heaven raiser, put a curse on whoever major. Snatch the belt off the heavyweighter. I'll be a swamp alligator. Slap niggas way across equators when they dare try to floss their paper.
Shock. We burn hotter than a melting pot. The skeleton drop as the shells start to pop. We dwell on blocks when you can't tell by the cops. Blow fire from your tops. You're expired by the shots. Hot wire by the wasp. Exterminate ya, terminate ya. War displayed by the widow makers. The shell shock. We burn hotter than a melting pot. The skeleton drop as the shells start to pop. We dwell on blocks when you can't tell by the cops.
Who killed the baddest man in North Carolina?
Me? I shot that motherfucker and threw him off the Haven Bridge.
You know, sometimes
the who bridge?
The one you love can
the Haven Bridge. I did it. But I ain't no other way out. They catch you, nigga, they gonna kill you. White people gonna kill you.
How old are you, Jimmy?
Huh?
How old are you now?
I'm 76.
76. And still going.
Still a Jackson. And I ain't gonna let nobody bar with none of you guys. Out there hustling. Out there I spent a lot of time.
Renaissance, priesthood, Bo King. Throw your M's up, man. Many mansions. Maccabee's house.
This is hip hop on my lips part. I spit dark words of proverbs and parables of parables. Just observe. My art is gothic when I carve it. My pad is covered with darkness. I start writing with lightning. Words appear like the comets. Astonished the way my arms swift beneath my garment. Holsters under armpits. Preach the promise. Roast and smoke the bones of Muhammad. Canvas paintings of the Virgin. Jewels beneath the turbans of the merchant. A flute for the serpent. Push the truth in each person. 100 doves in the church chirping, flock past the preacher's sermons. Look again, there's the priest immersed in. If I die, the sky will rain drops of frankincense. So embrace the prince, Maccabee priest. My faculties deep, we rage from the dead. Get up, then we clap the police. I quantum leap through the beats. The rest of the crew rolls the font to leaf. My pen fondle through cheeks. This is street poetry in the hood Bibles, ghetto gospels, unholy bullets flying in street
apostles. It's the Maccabee's house. Be careful of the doors you open. Cause it might be a casket closing. It's the Maccabee house. Be careful of the doors you open. Cause it might be a casket closing. We got it locked like the Solomon key. Obviously, the fruit don't fall too far from the tree. So my seeds will be a prophet like me before they grow into a Maccabee. Surrounded by snakes and Pharisees. Play the leaves at the speed of an owl. Wrote novels and sent for the heads of Bush and Colin Powell's. I rest on the 13th floor with broken elevators. My mind be as vivid as John the Revelator. Call me Razah of the Renaissance, the icon Polaroid. Built with the killers that's broke and unemployed. I ain't trying to go feminine to sell like Eminem. I'm 8 miles ahead of them, blowing the breath in them. My weapons be biochemical, I ain't gimmickal. You dealing with the future of the cyber criminals. 2010, more goons moving in. Men came from the womb, so we soon die in sin. I'm a room in a room, don't turn my doorknob. I ain't St. Valentine, but I'm still a heartthrob. It's the Renaissance child, replace the art they rob. I don't place it on the walls, now I place it in bars. It's the Maccabee's house. Be careful of the doors you open, cause it might be a casket closing. It's the Maccabee house. Be careful of the doors you open, cause it might be a casket closing.
You know I'm king by blood, got Solomon jeans. If you look close, you can see my angel wings. Halo fitted on me like a Mitchell and Ness. And the power that's possessed is a heavenly bless. Call me landlord, I own a 12-room house. Acres of green pastures with sheeps and cows. Hebrew thug, the streets call me young Yahweh. Send a prayer to those lost souls trapped inside them. Wash up in the fountain of youth with no cloth. And we don't wear symbols of death, no cross. Jacob's son, I'm no kin to Jacob's slum. It's the house of Israel where the neighbors come. Knock at the door, get greeted by the tribe of Dan. If you steal anything, we chopping off your hands. Respect the kingdom, this where I rest my head. Crown of David, haircut, round and faded. Robe of light, tailor-made, go with the Timbs. And my look is so sharp, you be calling me Shem. My first and last name on a deed it read. Shalom, the seed of Edomites is dead.
It's the Maccabee's house. Be careful of the doors you open, cause it might be a casket closing. It's the Maccabee house. Be careful of the doors you open, cause it might be a casket closing.